I have visited Sibsagar twice for its historical importance and age-old temples and tanks. I would like to share my experience and whatever I came across there through this video. Sibsagar, which literally means Ocean of Siva, is a town in Upper Assam at a distance of 360 kilometers from the state capital of Guwahati. It is presently the headquarters of the district of same name, which had its earlier headquarters at Jorhat. It is nearer to Jorhat at a distance of about 55 kilometers and about 1.5 hour journey from there by public bus. The private buses plying on this route pick up passengers all along the route and remain jam-packed and have passengers even hanging on the footboard. Sibsagar was the capital city of Ahom Kingdom from 1699 to 1788. It preserves the relics of the days of Ahom kings. In the course of my visits I had moved around some of these historical and religious places. These were Shiv Dole, Devi Dole, Joy Dole, the Great Shiv Sagar Tank, Joy Sagar Tank, Karangar, Rangar and Namdang Stone Bridge. I would like to mention some features and historical importance of this objects of interest in course of this narration. Located at the heart of Shivsagar town, Shiv Diyal is the tallest Shiva temple in the world. Built 300 years ago, it is a center of attraction for all tourists for its gigantic architectural and religious values. Mahashivaratri is the most celebrated puja of this temple. Thousands of devotees assemble here at that time. Shivaratri was due within a couple of days of my visit. Renovation of the temple for the great festival was underway at that time. The word Dole means temple in Assamese. All the three temples here were built by Queen Ambika, wife of King Shiva Singha, in the year 1734. It is not only one of the most sacred places in northeast India, but also a place with beauty beyond words, having three temples standing tall by the bank of a large pond, Sivasagar Tank. Shiva Diyal is 180 feet tall and 195 feet in diameter. It is capped with 7 feet high large golden dome, called Kalosi, on the topmost part of the dole. The walls of the temple are sculptured with statues of numerous Hindu gods and goddesses. Devi Dole is located adjacent to Shiva Dole and Vishnu Dole. It is the temple of the Hindu goddess Durga, and Durga Puja is the main festival in this temple. This temple symbolizes the Hindu goddess of power. It is 60 feet in height and 120 feet in diameter. There is a special space called Balisthal, or a place for animal sacrifice. This is used only during Durga Puja and Kali Puja. There is another temple, Vishnu Dole, in the same campus. Shiva Sagar Tank, located at the center of Sibsagar town, was dug by Ahom kings 3 centuries back. It creates a beautiful landscape with 3 tall temples on its bank. This large tank was built by Queen Ambika, wife of King Shiva Singha, in the year 1734. The queen named it after her husband. The tank is built on an area of around 130 acres. It was originally 64 feet in depth. The embankment of this tank is artificial and raised the surface of water to a height of around 40 feet from the surrounding plain. According to historian Mills, this tank was built in one night. The water level of the tank testifies to the advanced hydrology of Ahom period. The level of the tank never changes and remains above the level of the town all the time. Currently this tank's bank is the center of district administration. Apart from the temples, the bank has also a church, a Buddhist monastery and a masjid, almost assimilating people from all the religions into it. The Sivasagar tanks, also known as Borapukuri, is one of the important habitats of the migratory birds during the winter season. I could see hazy profiles of such birds quite far from me in the tank. Joy Sagar Tank is located 5 kilometers from Shivsagar Tank. Giant temple of Joy Dole, built on its bank 300 years back, was dedicated to Lord Vishnu, Goddess Durga, and Lord Shiva. The temple is popularly known as the Kesavanarayan Vishnu Dole or Joy Dole. It was built during the reign of Ahom King Rudra Singha, AD 1696 to 1714, and dedicated to Lord Vishnu. It stands on the eastern extremity of the northern bank of the Joy Sagar Tank, which was excavated in memory of his mother Joymati. The temple proper has an octagonal garbhagriha or sanctum sanctorum adorned by a dome-like structure and decorated with honeycomb designs and lotus medallions. The external walls of the main temple are also beautifully decorated with stone plaques richly carved with figures of various Brahmanical divinities including incarnation forms of Vishnu. On the western side a square mandapa is provided. It connected the main sanctum through an antara or vestibule. A small brick structure adjacent to the main sanctum was meant for kitchen house or bhagar. There are two small temples lying behind the main shrine and are known as Surya and Ganesha temple respectively. This is the largest temple built by the king in the adaptation of Nilakala type of architectural design used in the reconstruction of the Kamakhya temple in 1562 AD by the king Naranarayan. Though Rudra Singha patronized Vaishnavism, yet he showed due honor to the devotees of Durga and Shiva by building two temples named Shiva Dole and Durga Dole adjacent to the Vishnu Dole. The king used to perform Durga Puja once in a year in the Devi Dole. Tank Joys Agar is the largest of all the tanks built by Ahom kings in Assam. It is considered as the largest man-made pond in India. The water level of the tank stays at 14 feet higher than ground level. The tank was dug by Ahom king Rudrasingha, 1696–1714, to commemorate his mother Sati Joymoti, wife of Gadapani, later King Gadadhar Singha, 1681–1695. The place was chosen, where Sulikfa convicted Joymoti through his Shawodanes to extract information regarding her exiled husband Gadapani. The tank comprises an area of 318 acres including the four banks. Karangarh is situated at Gargaon, which is around 15 kilometers away from Sivasagar town. Gargaon was the principal seat of the Ahoms for more than 4 centuries. The chronicle sources refer that Suklengmung, the 15th Ahom king, established the capital at Gargaon and constructed a palace with wood and other impermanent material in the year 1540 AD. Later, King Pramada Singha constructed a brick wall and masonry gateway in the capital complex. Later a multi-storied edifice was built by King Rajswar Singha in 1752 AD. The fort and the royal complex were badly damaged and disfigured due to procurement of raw materials for building from the monument. The structural remains in the fortified complex stand as a mute testimony of the Ahom kings of the bygone days. The monument was a 4-storied building arranged in gradually receding tiers. The top floor had dome-like roof with a chamber. Only 2 stories exist now as was seen during my visit. A number of cannons of older days were preserved here and displayed at the entrance to the premises. Rangarh is just 3 kilometers away from the center of Shivsagar town. It is an amphitheater built by Ahom kings who used this as a platform for enjoying sports. It is a double-storied royal pavilion of Ahom kings with unique architectural features. The central unit of the ground plan is rectangular and annexed with small structures of trapezoid ends making the entire ground plan like an octagon. The roof of the structure is parabolic supported by rows of massive columns and semicircular arches. It shows Islamic influence in architectural features. A unique pleasure boat with makara ending marks outer beauty of the structure and a trefoil arch canopy rests at the top of the structure. The building also bears testimony to the use of locally available building materials used by the Ahom kings like borashawol, a special variety of rice, sticky in nature, and eggs. The grains can still be found in its original form even after hundreds of years of its construction. The present building was built by Ahom king Pramada Singha, AD 1744–1750, for watching various games by families of royals. These included many of Assam's indigenous games like birds fight, buffalo fight, etc. What is remarkable about this monument is that it happened to be a unique structure built for this specific purpose not only in India but in entire Asia at that time. The 300-years-old stone bridge Namdang Stone Bridge on Namdang River is one of the architectural marvel of Ahom dynasty of Assam. Situated 15 km west of Sivasagar, the stone bridge on the river Namdang near Gaurasagar was built by Ahom king Rudrasingha in 1703. During its 300 years of life, the bridge has withstood number of natural calamities like devastating earthquakes, floods etc. But the stone bridge is proudly standing intact and still taking loads of tons of vehicles every day. It's definitely a great architectural achievement of the Ahom dynasty. The river over which situates the bridge is, however, dried up now as I saw during my visit. There are references of 10 stone bridges in history constructed during the period of Ahom. 4 of them are intact till date in Upper Assam. Namdang is one among them and most important one. Currently being a part of the 37th National Highway, the bridge is responsible for connecting Sivasagar, Dibrugarh, and Tinsukia districts by road to the rest of the country. The Namdang stone bridge is 60 meters in length, 6 meters in width and 1.7 meters in height. King Rudra Singha called the architect of the bridge from Cooch Behar. Historian Edward Gate mentioned the architect as Ganesh Yamuddin. It is not still clear why was he called, because there is no proof of similar work in the Cooch Behar region. The bridge is little curved in shape, so that the load distributes to the edges of the bridge. It is an arch bridge design. This increases the load capacity of the bridge many times. The stone for the bridge were quarried from a place called Silakuti or Zilakuti in nearby Naga Hills. The floor of the bridge is made of just a single rock, nicely and perfectly curved. Arches are built from slabs of rocks joined with stone nails and masonry. The mortar for the masonry work was made of bora rice, duck eggs, rice chaff, lime and black lentil. Thanks for listening. Scripted by Ajoy Kumar Das with extracts from Wikipedia. Voice, Microsoft Speech Engine.